So here I'm talking with the three options which we generally use with the data step: keep, drop, and rename. So keep, basically when you're working with the real-time data, you can see there is a lot of variables are there. Assume that you have 100 variables are there, but you have to use only some of them. So you can use the keep statement or keep option to keep to retain only those variables which you require. Okay, so I am just giving a small example here. So using keep statement, you have to specify which variable you want to keep or you want to retain. So in this case, I'm assuming that you can see ABC contains three variables, but I want to keep only A. So I will use only A. Run. So you can see ABC contains three variables, but DF contain only one because of keep statement. If you want to keep both variables, then you can use AB. Okay, so here you can see that we are keeping two variables. Okay, and the reverse is drop. So instead of that, if you use a drop, it will just drop A and B and it will keep only C. Because I dropped A and B, so after dropping A and B, only C has been left. Keep and drop are very important when we are dealing lot of variables. So when you have to keep or when you have to drop some of the variables, then you can use there's two options: keep and drop. So this statement will retain only A and B, and by using this one it will drop A and B and it will retain only C. Okay, and the next one is very important, is the rename. Okay, if you have to rename your variable name, then you can use the rename option or rename statement. Again, I am using the same example. Rename your old variable name So I am replacing A with the ID. Okay. So here you can see that A has been renamed with the ID. So the syntax of rename is rename old variable name equal new variable name. Okay. So again, if you wanna rename some another variable, then you can use a rename again. So B I am replacing with the number. So here A replaced with the ID, B replaced with the number, and C replaced with the salary. ID, number, and salary. Okay, these are the three options. Keep, which variables you want to retain. Drop, which variable you want to drop. And the third one is the rename. Okay. These are very simple options, but they are very important one. When you work with the very large data, then these options are very important. So are we good? Okay, fine. So I am moving to the next step. In our previous classes, we discussed that how to create data sets. Maybe from the internal data, external data, or if we have our existing data set, then how to do modification with the existing data set, how to create new variables, how to use if then else, how to use first, last, and retain options, and how to merge two data set using join operations, update. So in our previous step, maybe we are creating data sets from the internal or external data, or maybe we are doing modification our existing data set, and then we are creating some new data sets. But now we are working, or we are working to analyze our data. In our previous step, we are only creating data sets. Now, how to do analysis that data? So now we are going for the proc steps. Proc is called as a procedure. So here we are taking some of the very important procedures, okay, which will go one by one. So if anyone has any doubt, just let me know. Okay, so the first thing is that proc content. So proc content just give the property of your sales data set. Basically what happens, like when you are working with a client, sometimes they directly give the data in form of sales data set itself. Okay, then you have to just figure it out what is the property of that data set. The property, I think we already know about that. In a terms of a variable or a column is a label, name, length, type, format, in format. But now it comes to the property of a SAS data set. How many number of records are there, number of variables, data set name, when it created, data sorted or not, data index or not. So all the properties of your data set plus your variables you can see in a one shot. Okay, so here I created data set as a transaction, okay, which has 5 variables: customer ID, customer name. So customer name here is a dollar, it means is a character one. DOB, sales and the profit. I am using some informats for date of birth is MMDDYY 8 dot, sales $11.2, profit $8.2. Again I am using format DOB date 9 dot, sales comma 10.2, profit comma 7.2. And we already discussed about format and the in format, that in format we use to read the data and format for write the data. So when we run this one, okay, just give you the data. Now you want to see the properties of your data set. So you have to use proc. Proc is your keyword. Okay, then you have to use content. Data equal the name of the data set, which property you want to see. Okay, out equal to ABC. Basically if you want to save the properties in another data, then you can use the out statement. This is also one keyword which stores the properties of transaction in another data set, which is called the ABC. So when you run this one, in the result window you can see the property of your content. So data set name is work.transaction. So basically in this case you can see that we are using temporary library, so work is coming. Okay, this is the data member type and this is the engine V9, this is the version. Okay, so when we created just now, so now it's coming like 23 August 2016 and time is also coming. We have not had done any modification, so created and the last modified both are same. Okay, here you can see number of observations are 4, number of variable is 5, there is no index is there. Length, we have not done any deletion with this data set, so it's a 0. Compressor, there is no sorted. So now this is some of the properties related to our SAS engine, and this is the property of your variable list. Like you have 5 variables: customer ID, customer name, DOB, profit and sales. What data type is there? Customer ID is numeric, customer name is a character, date of birth, I already told you that SAS stores date in form of numbers, and how it calculates numbers, we already discussed on it. That I told 1st Jan 1960, it takes as a reference date which call as the SAS date value, and then it take the difference between your existing date or actual date to 1st Jan 1960 in terms of days. It can be positive or negative side. If your date is less than 1st Jan 1960, then the number will be numeric. Number will be in the negative side. So format for date of birth format is a date 9 dot, but in format is MMDDYY 8 dot. So all the properties of a variables are coming in here. Okay, we are good. So now I am moving to the next procedure, which is called as the proc means. So proc means are a very important one. Okay, so I am just repeating again this proc contents. So basically proc contents will give you the properties of your data set plus your variable properties. So when you're talking about data set properties, it will just give you that number of variables, number of observations, like your data set contain index or not, what is your observation length, when you created, when you last modified, what's the name of it, it's a sorted or not, it is a compressed version or not. Okay, and it just gives the properties of your variables also. Like you have 5 variables: customer ID, customer name, DOB, date of birth, profit and sales. This is your type. Data type is a numeric or character. This is a length. This is a format, and this is the in format. Why proc content is important for us? Proc content is very important when you are getting directly data sets. So basically you don't know that what's the property of your data sets. So you want to see the properties of it, because sometimes if you are reading the data by your own side, then at least you can just figure it out that okay, what type of data is, what is the format, what is the in format, what is the length, what is the data type is there. But when you're getting data from your client side in the form of SAS data set itself, where you don't know that number of observations, number of variables, what type of properties are there, they are sorted one or not, there is any index or not, then you can use the proc content. Simple thing is that I think I already created a one data set for your reference, which is transaction, and input statement I specify 5 variables. Customer ID, customer name I use a dollar sign because it's showing it's a character one. Date, DOB, sales and the profit, then I use the in format and the format. In format and the format we already discussed it, like in format is for reading the data and format for writing the data when data is not in the proper format. Just like that, if your data is coming in the form of dates, dollar value or comma, then SAS will not able to read it directly, then we have to use in format to read the data and format to write the data. Okay, so here we want to see the properties of it. In this case we already know it because it's a very small one, but when you are working with the data who has thousands of variables, then proc content is very important or very useful to see the property of your data set. The simple thing is that when you run it, you will see the results. And this is the property of your variables. Are we good? Okay, fine. Thank you. So I am going to the next one. Proc means. Proc means is a most important topic, a most important procedure. Okay. So if anyone has any doubt, let me know, because I am already telling you proc means is a very important one. So basically proc means we wanna see when we have to do any analysis at column level. So if you wanna see what is the maximum value of a column, minimum value, standard deviation, count, missing count, okay, then we use the proc means. The syntax of proc mean is simple. Proc means, okay, proc again is your keyword and means is again your keyword. Then you have to specify data is again a keyword. Then you specify data set option, so data set name, and the options basically you have to specify, like you want to calculate average, sum, count, missing count, standard deviation, or percentile. There are a lot of options are there which we'll talk later in the down. Okay, and after that we have to specify by. So by basically on which level of a variable we want to do analysis. Just assume that you are using sales data. So one customer can have multiple entries. Okay. So you wanna do it at a summation, sum, or average at customer level. So you have to specify by customer ID. So it will do analysis at a customer ID. Okay. The second one is that where you specify the variable list. Which variable you want to do analysis. And remember one thing, the where statement you should specify only numeric variables. Why? Because you are doing mathematical analysis like sum, average, minimum, maximum, count, percentile computation, standard deviation, which happens only with the numbers. Okay, so I'm going to the down. So again, you can see I already mentioned it that. So the by statement performs separate analysis for each level of the variables in the list. So one small thing is that whenever you are using the by statement, data should be ordered. The data should be sorted on the variable which you have mentioned in your by statement. And the where statement, which numeric variable to use in the analysis. If it's absent, then it will use all numeric variables for analysis. So we are good. Okay, so here you can see I created a sales data where I have a customer ID, sales date, and I have a three variables: product A, product B, product C. Okay, this is a single line, this is a single statement. Don't get confused. So I am using the year format to just write the sales date, and I am calculating month here. The simple month I am taking from the using the month function by using the sales date. Okay, so when I run this one, I will get this data. So this is my data. You can see I have customer ID, sales date, product A sales data, product B sales data, product C sales data, and which month I have done it as sales. Remember one thing, prog means are a very important one for doing any analysis. So now I'm coming the simplest one. Prog means which is my keyword. Then my specifying data is again a keyword. My data set name. Okay. So here I am not using any options. So when I am not using any option, then by default it will give 5 type of analysis. First one, number of non-missing values. Second is the mean or average, standard deviation, minimum, and the maximum. Okay, so in this case I am not using any by statement. Then it will do it on the entire, it will treat the entire area as a one level, and then it will do the analysis on which variable I want to do analysis: product A, product B, and product C. So when I run this one, you can see 5 by default statistics for product A. Non-missing value is 9, mean is 77, standard deviation is 32, minimum is 10, maximum is 120. Similar for the product B and similar for the product C. Remember one thing, this is the interview question. If you are not specifying any option, then what is the by default statistics or by default analysis in prog means? The answer is n, number of non-missing values, average, mean, standard deviation, minimum, and the maximum. So if now we want to specify some of the options which I am using it here. Sum for total, maximum, and for non-missing values. And here I am using only for product A. So product A I am getting 3 properties: sum 695, maximum is 120, and number of non-missing values are only 9. So here you can specify options by your own convenience. So we are good, or anyone has any questions? Okay, so now I'm going to the next topic is a buy statement. So I already told you in the buy statement that buy statement performs separate analysis for each level of variables in the list. Just assume that here I have a customer ID. So customer ID is in multiple entries. So now I have to do analysis at customer ID level. Okay. Or it can be on the month level also. So first, when you are using any buy statement, first it should be sorted. Okay. So here I am using the by month. So before using by month, I am sorting my data. So here I am doing analysis at month level. The variables are same, product A, product B and product C. Here I am not using any options, so it will just give the by default five type of analysis, number of non-missing values, sum, total, average, minimum, maximum and the standard deviation. So when I run this one, so here you can see I am getting analysis at 2 level because I have data for the month 5 and the month 6. So in the month 5, what is the non-missing value is 5, mean is 74, standard deviation 43, minimum is 10, maximum 120. But for month 6, product A is a 4, mean is 81, standard deviation 16, minimum is 60, maximum is 100. I am doing the same thing, but the same thing I am doing at the month level. So in the month, I specify in the buy statement. If you want to do the same thing on the customer level, then you have to specify the customer ID. Now you can see it's happening in the customer level. Customer ID is 75601 or 83401. It's not like that you can do it only the one level. If you want, you can make it in the 2 level also. Now make it in the customer ID and the month level. So you can see 2 by 2. So there will be a 4 combination. So the 4 type of analysis coming in here. For customer 75601 for month 5 and month 6, 83401 for month 5 and the month 6. This is very important topic. If anyone has any question, then let me know. So we are good till here. Like prog means data sales options where product A run. So I am going to repeat it. I am going to repeat again. So simple. Prog means is your keyword. Data is keyword, and this is your data set name. This is your where statement where you are specifying the variable list where you are to perform your analysis. It should always be numeric. Now let's come to the by, which is a very important one. Just assume that your data contains only two types of month, or your data only for 2 months. You have to do analysis at the monthly level. Okay, so if you are not using the by statement, you are getting data at overall level. Like what's the overall mean, standard deviation, minimum, and maximum. But if you wanna perform the same thing, but at the month level, so you are using the by statement. So when we are using, what are the statement you are using the by? It should be sorted by using proc sort. So first we will sort the data, and then we will do this job. So here you can see I have done the same thing, but now I am doing it in the month level. So at monthly level, what's my average? For month 5 is 74. For month 6 is 81. Okay, if you just look at the overall level, so first one is giving you the overall level where I did not use any by statement. So at overall level, your average is 77. But when you when you're looking at the month level, for month 5 is 74, for month 6 is 81. Okay, so here I am getting the more than one level. I am using the customer ID also. Sorry, name of the variable. So previously I was doing in the month level. Now I am doing in the customer plus month. So basically I have two customers and data for 2 months. So 2 by 2 is a 4 combinations. So I am getting the 4 tables. Customer 75601 for month 5 and same customer for month 6, 83401 for month 5 and month 6. Okay, we got it. So I am just giving a 2-minute break. You can just go through it and let me know if anyone has any problem. Okay, so again continuing prog means. So anyone has a question or we are good? Okay, fine, we are good. So basically when you are using the prog means, it will just show your output in the result window. Okay, it's not saving or in a data set. If you want to save your output in a data set, then you have to use a output statement. Okay, so for output statement, what you have to do it? You have to use the output your keyword. Okay, out again is your keyword. So where you have to mention your output data set name. Okay, and then you have to specify what type of analysis you want to do it. So if you want to use the sum, then you write the sum and your variables list and the new name. So here you can see that I am using the same stuff. So prog means data equal to sales. Everyone knows. We are doing the month level, so that's why I'm sorting my data first on the month level, where on which variable I wanna perform analysis. Now I'm using your output statement. This is a single one. Okay, this is the single statement. First thing is the output. Output is your keyword. Out again keyword, which is you have to specify your variable. New data set name. Then you will perform whatever analysis you wanna do it. So in this case, I wanna perform average. So I'm using mean. So mean I wanna perform on the product A variable and the product B. So I mention both variable name, and then what is the new variable name is M product A, M product B, and along with I also perform total. So I am using the sum for product A, and the new variable name will be S product A. So you can see in the down, this will be your output data. So month 5 and 6 type, I will talk it later. If the frequency is your count, okay, like for month 5 there is a 5 entries, for 6 is a 4. M product A is just giving us a mean of product A at month level. This is for mean of the product B at month level. This is for the summation of or total of product A, which you use it here. So your new data set, which is sales out, will contain 4 plus 2, 6 variables. First thing is that the variables which you mention in the by statement, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 of them is underscore type underscore freq underscore. So freq is very common. It is a count or frequency. Okay, and this one is very important. Basically, it just tell you that what level you are using it. So basically, in this case, we have only one level, like month. Assume that you have customer ID also. So here you can see I have done it on the customer and the month level. So I'm getting the 4 entries. Okay. So anyone has any doubt for this output statement? Okay, I am assuming we are good. So we are going to the next one, which is the proc print. Basically, proc print just print your data, your entire data in the your result window. Okay, so basically we generally use only simplest step like proc print data equal to your data set name and the run. But there different steps are there by ID, sum and where. Okay, so why again? It will start a new section in the output for each new level or new value of the by variable. Note the data should be sorted here also. Whenever you are using the by statement, your data first should be sorted. Okay, ID. So basically, if you want that your variable should be the leftmost column, then you have to specify that variable in your ID statement. Just assume that you have a roll number or employee ID is there or customer ID. It should be your leftmost column, then you have to specify that variable in your ID statement. Okay, for some, for it will just give the sum of the that variables which you mentioned in your sub statement, and where basically you are specifying which variables you want to print and what order. Without a where statement, it will take all the variables of your data set and in what order they are coming in your data set. Okay, so in this way the proc print has a 4 statement by, ID, sum and where. Okay, let's go for example. So I have one variable is there, customer, where customer name, customer ID, transaction date, sales and profit. I have 5 variables. I have in format for read the transaction date and the format for write the transaction date. So this is the simplest example where I am mentioning the proc keyword, print again keyword, data keyword. By using the data, I am using the data set name, so which is the customer. And here I am not using any by, ID, sum and where. This is so when I am using this one, it will just give all the rows and all the columns. Now I am using the where. I told By using where we want to specify which variable should be print and which order. So it will print only customer name, sales and the customer ID. Okay. Like in the previous example, I am running both together. So first one without where, second one with where statement. So you can see it's just generating only, it's just showing only three variables: customer name, sales and the customer ID. Okay. Now let's move to the ID statement. So here you can see ID is coming the last. Okay, and it's just showing the observation number also. So when you use the ID statement, the customer ID will come in that side. It will be your leftmost column and there will be no observation number. So here you can see I am using customer name and the sales in the where statement, and ID I mentioned the customer ID. So you can see there is no observation number is there and the customer ID is my leftmost column. So now I am using the by. So here you can see I have two customers, customer 1 and the customer 2. Okay. So I am doing the analysis now customer name. So you can see here that there will be two sections based on the customer name. Because customer name I specify in the by. So for this is the property, this is the data of customer 1 and this is the data of the customer 2. The same thing but for two customers, because I use the customer name in by statement. And I already told you that if you are using by statement, then it will just create number of sections based on the different values of the variable which you mention in your by statement. So in by statement I mentioned the customer name, and customer name contains two types of customer, or basically two customers. The first one is the customer 1 and the customer 2. So basically there the two sections are coming. One is for the customer 1, second one is for customer 2. And the last one is again same sum. Basically for these two variables it will just show you the total. So here total is coming for the sales and the profit. Here also coming sales and profit. This is for the customer 1, this is customer 2, and this is for the total. So this is the use of sum. So we are good with the proc print. So I am moving to the next procedure, which is the proc sort. From here the name you can just see about the use for your sorting your data, ascending and the descending order. By default is ascending. Okay. Syntax is proc sort. Proc is your keyword. Sort is your keyword. Data, then you have to specify your input data set. Out equal to your output data set by. So you have to specify your on which variable you wanna sort your data and then run. Okay. So I have one variable is there which contains three columns: name, family, and length. I'm running this one. First, I'm creating a data set. Just 1 minute. There is some problem. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so I have this data set. So I have to just sort this data. Proc sort, which is my keyword. Data is again my keyword. So I am mentioning my input data set. Out, my output data set, and then by. So I am sorting my data based on the length. So when I run this one, so you can see the data is in sorted order, ascending using by length 5 to 100. If you want to make in the descending order, then you have to specify the descending keyword before your variable name. I am using the same example. So you can see I am using the descending keyword before my length variable. So now the data is coming in the descending order 100 to 5. So I am not using now some of the options of the proc sort. First one is the no dupe key. Okay, and another one is no dupe or no dupe RECS. Okay, so basically no dupe key and the no dupe or no dupe RECS we use to remove duplicate values. Basically, this is one of the most important interview question where they ask you what is the difference between no dupe key or no dupe RECS. Okay, remember one thing, if you have any doubt on this one, you can just check me again. So no dupe is alienate observation having same value for the biovariables. So assume that you can see here, you can see the blue R coming the 3 times. Sorry for in this case we are using by. Okay, we will use the by with the name. Okay, so in this case you can see the blue R coming the 3 times. Killer are coming the 3 times. These values are coming 2 times. So it will take only a single value of it. Okay. So basically in this case I am sorting data based on the family. Okay, so here you can see whale is coming in the 1, 2, 3 times, and the shark is coming in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So once you will run this one, you will get only the 1 minute by, I'm using the family here. I'm using both way, without option and the with option. So first I am not using any option, second I am using the option. With the option is the node loop key. The first one I am getting in the 11 records. But here I am getting only the 3 records. Because it will take only 3 records. One record based on the family, because I am using the node loop key and family I use in the by statement. So when you go to the year, you can see there is 3 different values for the family. One is a blank, second one is a shark, and the third one is a whale. Okay, so it will take the first record. This one, the number 1, because the family is an empty one. Then record 2, and then record 7. For with no due key option. Any doubt or any question? Because no due key will check only the variable which is specified in your by statement. Okay, so in this case I specify family. So family contains 3 different values. One is a missing, second one is a shark, and the third one is a whale. So I got only 3 records. Anyone has any doubt or question, or we are good? So basically in here I use family in my by statement with the no duplicate key option. So when I am using the no duplicate key, it means no duplicate. Yeah, I am coming there, like shark and the whale is the 5 entries. So which will entry will come first, it will select that one. You can see it here. Whale, shark and 30. The record 2 is coming first. So it's coming whale, shark and 30. Here the 7th record is coming first. So it will take that record. So which record will come first, it will take that one. Yes, first in, first out. No, remember one thing. First, it will sort your data based on the family. Okay, so here you can see it's sorted. Blank will come, always will come first, then S, and then W. Okay, so by default this is coming your first record, so it will select that one. For whale, this is coming first one, so they have taken that one. Got it? Yeah, fine. So next option is no dupe or no dupe RECS. Remember one thing, is element observation having same value for all the variables. In no dupe key, we are checking only the variable which you specify in your bias statement. But when you are using the no dupe or no dupe RECS, you are checking values for all the variables. It doesn't matter what you have specified in your bias statement. Okay, just assume that you have this data. Basically here you can say I am getting the multiple entries. Okay, the same thing I am doing it again. First with a no dupe, sorry, first without option and then with the option. So first I am sorting, here I am sorting the based on the name. Okay. First you can see, here I sorted data based on the name. So basking, third, fourth is common, fifth is single unit, sixth is single one, seven I am making two entries, nine is single, and 10 and 11. Do one thing, let me just try to change some values with the 10. And for whale is 35. Okay. Okay, here I am sorting data based on the name. First with option, second time without option. So here you can see in the first time I am getting 11 entries. Okay, which is the common. So here I sorted based on the data by name. So you can see the first B, then D, then M, and then S, and then W. Okay. But here I am getting only the 9 entries. So why? Because in this case I use the no dupe. So basically no dupe will remove the duplicates based on checking all the values. So here you can see the first and the second record, all the values are same. So it will just remove this value. The third or fourth is again is same. All the values. So it will remove the fourth one. Here the seventh or eighth, you will see that name is common, but length is not common. First one is getting 12, second one is getting the 10. So it will keep both rows. For no dupe, all the values should be common. For no dupe key, Only the variable which you specify in the by statement should be common. Then it will remove the duplicates. Same with the here also. Val is 10th 11. This is the two values are the common, but the third one is not common. So it will keep both. So in this way, it remove only the second and the fourth, because for the second and the fourth, all the values are same. Got it? Or any doubt? Just go through it. Okay, fine. So we are good. So I am giving the 5 minutes. Just go through the today's session. Then we will continue tomorrow. Okay. So if anyone has any question, then just let me know. Yes, Supriya, you have any question regarding with syllabus? Okay, guys, this is for today's class. We will continue progress statement. Okay, good night.